Okay, what is the switch case equality relation here? Simple. Okay, that is the number is equal to 20 here. The 20 is how the case 20 has selected if number is equal to 20 means how it is possible means that is the exact value. Okay, that is exact value. The value, what is the switch expression value? The number is mapped with any one of the case means. Okay, that is called as exact mapping. Okay, that is called as exact mapping. Exact mapping is equal to equality relation. Is equal to equality relation. One more important here. Whenever the 20 case 20 has selected here, okay, the remaining cases will not be selected here. That is which case have to be executed is decided by the expression and the case. After the case, you have to write the break statement means remaining statements will not be executed. Remaining cases will not be executed. Only that case is executed. Okay, you have to avoid what case what case is selected here. Only that case has executed. Remaining will not be executed. How is it possible? Means with the help of break statement. Every case, any two cases have separated with break statement. Okay, any two statements have separated with break statement. Okay, now coming to C language, what is the difference with the switch statement in C language and Java language? Okay, here this is the expression. This expression is in C language, that is either integer constant or character constant. Integer constant or character constant, but in Java, switch expression should be either integer constant, character constant, or string constant also. Or string constant also. Okay, this is the number what we are writing here. That is either string or character or integer constant. You don't apply the expression is a floating point number. Okay, is a floating point number. Don't apply that expression should be either integer constant, character constant, or what is the other kind of string constant. But in C language, string constant is not accepted. But in Java, string constant is also accepted. The string constant is also accepted. That is a little bit of difference between switch case of Java and switch case of okay C language, C and C++ also. Okay, C and C++ also. Okay, now this is the example. The cases are separated with the break statement. Okay, fine. Okay, what is the meaning of default means? Already in the else if ladder I said that all the conditions of failure means by default else condition is evaluated. Okay, by default else condition is evaluated. Here all cases are not mapped means with the expression switch expression the default is executed. Okay, the default is executed. Okay, in the first year you written a program that is suppose you will give the plus addition, you will give the minus, that is case one, case plus, case minus, case star, case slash, case model division. At the same time, you write the default. Okay, what are the suppose here? What is the concept of selection statement? That is switch statement is called as selection statement. What is the selection means? This is the menu program. Okay, here the menu means whenever you go to the hotel, okay, they can give the menu. That menu having the menu items. Okay, that menu having the menu items. You have to select any one of the item from the menu. Okay, you have to select any one of the item from the menu. Menu having the menu items. You can select any one of the item. Okay, that is called a selection. You can select one kind of item means you will get same kind of item. That is exact. What you order, you will get the same. Okay, you will get the same. That is called as exact selection. What you ordered, you will get the same. You ordered one, you will get another one means that's not a selection. Okay, that's the wrong. But selection is correct, but that is not executed. What you ordered, that's not executed. Okay, suppose from the menu having the lot of options, but you can ask one more option means that's not available. Okay, that's not available in the menu. You can ask. That is not available. That is called as default. Okay, what are the items in the menu? You can ask any one of the item from the menu. Okay, you can ask any one of the item from the menu. Suppose other than menu item, if you can ask, that is called as default. Okay, that such kind of statements you have to write it default. Okay, here 10, 20, 30 are the three cases. By default cases, not in 30, 20 or 30. Okay, that is the default. You suppose if it is not a 10, not a 20, not a 30 means default is executed. Okay, default is executed. That's the meaning of default. Okay, next coming to suppose here, okay, simple. This is also month is equal to 7. Here switch is equal to month is 7. Case 7 has selected. This case 7 has selected, break it. Okay, fine. Next coming to check vowel or consonant. Okay, here the character already the first two examples are what is the character, what is the switch expression, what is the switch expression here, this is the integer, month is the integer here, at the same time here also number is the integer, that's integer constant, switch expression is the integer constant. Next one is character constant. Okay, next one is character constant. That is ch is equal to O. Okay, here the switch ch is a character constant. What is the character here? Capital O. Okay, which case has selected? Capital O case has selected. This case has selected. Okay, this case has selected. Here we have the default. Other than AE, small AE, IOU or capital AE, IOU, you can give any kind of alphabet that is by default. Okay, that is consonant. That's not in the vowel list. That's not in the vowel menu. Vowel menu having the only vowels. Consonant menu having the consonants. That is default here. Next one is fall through. Okay, I will give the best example for fall through. Suppose once you can select one item. Now I think one of the ad is coming. That is two Santoor soaps you can buy. Okay, the offer is the one pen. The offer is one pen is given offer. Okay, suppose you can buy, there you can buy only the soaps. What is the item selected by you? Soap is selected by you. Okay, soap is selected by you. Which case that is which? What is the expression here? Santoor soap. Which case is selected? Santoor soap is selected. Okay, Santoor soap is selected, but pen is not selected by you. Pen is not selected by you. Automatically, okay, automatically pen is also one of the case means these two cases are executed. No break between these two cases. Pen is the case, at the same time Santoor soap is the case. What case was selected? Santoor soap is selected. Okay, Santoor soap case automatically follows the pen case. In between these two, no break. That is called as fall through. Okay, that is called as fall through. You can buy any item. Okay, that item having any offer. Suppose not an offer means you can buy this one, you will get this one. Okay, you will buy this one, you will get this one. Like this. Which case you have to select it by automatically will get one more item. Selected item at the same time one more item. These two are getting at a time. That means these two cases are not separated with break statement. That is called as fall through. If there is no break between the statements, what case you have selected, from that case, the remaining cases are also executed. The remaining cases also executed. Okay, look here, the number is equal to 20. Switch number, which case has selected? Case 20 has selected. This case has selected. Not after that case, this is executed. Default is also executed because of no break statement. Okay, because of no break statement. That is called as falling through. Okay, between the cases, if you don't write the break statement, what's the problem? Once which case you have selected, from that case, the remaining cases will also be executed up to last case. Suppose you can order the first item in the hotel. Suppose you can order the first item in the menu from the menu. Okay, you order to bearer. The bearer can bring only the first item. You selected first item means from the suppose the menu having the 10 items. You selected the first item. Okay, the bearer will bring the only the first item. From not you selected first one means first one to what is the 10th one? 10th item cannot be brought by the bearer. Simple, all these things we have to we are watching in the real world. What you have selected, the bearer can bring that one only. Okay, they're having what is the reason you selected item after that selected item no item has bring by the uh, bearer means okay here the between the any two menu items having the break, any two items having the break, that is intelligence, that is manual, this is the intelligence, the intelligence has applied here break with the break. Okay, with break. Okay, that is advantage of break statement. Now coming to here, string level is equal to expert. Okay, string level is equal to expert. This is the string constant. Okay, now coming to switch, this is the string constant. Okay, then which case has selected what is the level string value? Expert. Which case has selected? Expert has selected level is equal to 3. Only that case has selected. That is string constant. Integer constant is over, character constant is over. This is the string constant. Okay, this is the string constant. Three types of constants are these switch expressions. Switch expressions are three types. That is integer constant, character constant, and string constant. In C and C++, string concept is not accepted, but in Java, string concept is also accepted. Okay, here these two strings are. What is the level string here? That is expert. Expert has mapped with expert means this expert means that is called as a string compare. String compare. Okay. Next one. Nested switch statement. What is the nested switch statement means? Once you will go to hotel means this is the from the in the hotel they can give the menu to you. Okay, they can show the menu to you. From in that menu, having the what are the starters, what are the breakfast items, and what are the non-veg items, biryani items, okay, vegetarian items. These all are the sub menus. Ice creams. Okay, in the menu, having the ice creams, starters, vegetarian, non-vegetarian. In the non-vegetarian, once again, biryanis, suppose some curries, different types of sub menus. That is a menu. That menu having the different types of sub menus. Okay, different types of sub menus. Okay, first you select the menu. From the menu, you will select the sub menu. From this sub menu, you will select the items. Okay, from the sub menu, you will select the items. Where is the items? Sub menus having the items. Menu having the sub menus. Menu having the sub menus. Finally, switch statement. The menu program is implemented with the help of switch case. Okay, with the help of switch case. Okay, one more I will give the example. Suppose you can withdraw the money from the ATM means, okay, withdraw at the very top of the, suppose very top at all the functions, different functions are there, withdraw, balance and query, different types of functions are there. Now we can select the withdraw below withdraw having the balance and query. You can execute the withdraw means only withdraw is executed or balance and query is also executed. Huh? You can select withdraw, only withdraw is executed or balance inquiry is also executed. Both are executed.
Only
Only withdraw is executed. How can you solve the problem? Only withdraw is executed means how can you solve it? With the help of break statement. The flow, you have to stop it. The flow of execution, you have to stop with the break. Okay, the flow of execution, you have to start with break. That is the meaning of break statement. Okay, that is the meaning of break statement. Here, submenu means, look here, what is the character? Branch is equal to C. Int college year is equal to 4. First, you can check the which year, which year, fourth year. Okay, come to the fourth case. Come to the fourth case. Here, what is the C value? Here, the branch is C. Okay, branch is C means this case has selected. Okay, this case has selected. That's the concept. Nesting. Switch, having the switch is called as nesting. Okay, what's the application? When do you apply the nested switch means there is menus having the submenus. Menus having the submenus having the items. Submenus having the items. This is about switch. Okay, this is about switch statement. Okay, then coming to loops in Java. I think what are the loops in C language? All the loops are also available in Java. All the loops are available in Java. First, for loop, while loop, and do while loop. Okay, coming to first for loop. Here we have the two types of for loops. Labeled for loops means that's not a hit. Just you can apply the label. That's all. Loops are called as control structures. First of all, what is the difference between decision making statements and control structures? Decision making statement means all decision making statements once you can the condition has satisfied in the if the condition has satisfied the block is executed only once. The block is executed only once. That is decision making statement. But control structures means once the condition is true, okay, up to until false condition, the block will be executed. Until the false condition, the block will be executed. That is the difference between decision making statements and control structures. What are the control structures here? Loops are the control structures. Loops are the control structures. If in the decision making statements, if the condition is true, the block has executed only once. But in the control structures, once the condition has true, until condition is failure, the block will be executed continuously. Okay, same kind of statements are repeatedly executed up to until the false condition. Until the condition is failure. Until the condition is failure. This is the main difference between decision making and control structures. Okay, decision making and control structures. Then coming to here having the simple for loop and for each. Okay, this the syntax of for loop statement is okay. This is the syntax for statement 1, statements 2, statements 3. Not to statements. I am very clear here. Statements. You have to write more than one statement. If we have to write more than one statement, that's not a problem. Okay, that's not a problem. Okay, generally, the book's authors all are following there. The first statements are called as initialization. Second statements are conditional statements. The conditions, third statements are increment or decrement. Okay, that is correct. But not only initializations at statements one. You have to write any kind of statement. You have to write any kind of statement at statements one, not only initialization I is equal to 0 like this. In the middle statements, not only conditions, you will write any type of condition. At statements 3, not only increments and decrements, you will write any kind of statements. Okay, any kind of statements. Okay, here I will show. Look here, for int I, int n comma I. Here the int n comma I for printf enter n. This is the statement. The printf statement is written in the first statements. Statements are separated with comma. Okay, the first statement is printf enter n. What's the second statement? Scanf percentage d. Here I read the value and initialize the I value. Initialize the I value. In such a way also you will write it. No problem. In such a way also you will write it. That's not a problem. The middle statements not only condition, you have to write anything. Okay, you have to write anything. There also you will write the printf statements. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. Okay, here instead of I plus plus, okay, you will write not only I plus plus, you will write one more statement also. Printf statement. There you have to use the printf statement also, no problem. Okay, look here, printf for printf enter n scanf percentage d n. Suppose here I will give the n value 10. Okay, is equal to 0. 0 is less than 10. Suppose not 0 here, take the 1. 1 is less than 10. 1 is less than or equal to 10. Condition is true. Okay, now it goes to executing the block of statements. Block statements. Okay, look here, the very important here, the for loop, how the for loop is evaluated, that's very important. First statements 1 are executed. Up to this, first executed. Next one, the middle statements are executed. That is statements 2 are executed. Once statements 2 are executed, the condition, if suppose either have a condition or the statement is executed means the next statement is a block of statements. Next statement is printf percentage di. Okay, at very starting, the for loop statements 1 has mapped with statements 2. These two are executed. Okay, from second time, once this condition is true, then execute the block of statements. Okay, then execute the statements 3. Then execute the statements 3. Then statements 2. After statements 3 is executed, statements 2 is executed. Later, block of statements. Later, I plus plus. That means statements 3. Later, statements 2. Later, block of statements. Means the block of statements are mapped with the first statements and second statements only once. From second time onwards, okay, third statements are mapped with second statements. Third statements, second statements, block of statements. Third statements, second statements, block of statements. Block statements. Third statements, second statements, block statements. This is the execution process in the for block. For loop. Okay, instead of that, I don't want to write here. Here I will write it. Printf percentage d I. Okay, here I explained that with the help of C language. Now I will terminate with semicolon. You write like this. No problem. Whenever the first statement is written in a single statement, the block is also written inside the for. Definitely you should terminate with semicolon. Definitely you have to terminate with semicolon. Otherwise, no need to apply the semicolon. Okay? It means for the statement is executed, I is equal to 1 and n is equal to 10. 1 is less than or equal to 10, condition is true. Then come to here, printf percentage d I. Next, I plus plus, I is equal to 2. Once again come to here, 2 is less than or equal to 10, condition is true. Printf percentage d I, 2. Next, I plus plus 3. 3 is less than or equal to 10. Printf condition is true. Printf percentage d 3. I plus plus 4 until I is equal to 11. Okay, until I is equal to 11. Actually, in COBOL language, very clear. The keywords are very clear in COBOL language. Very easy to understand the English keywords. Perform until. For loop is called as perform until in COBOL language. Perform this one until the condition has true. That's a different. Until the condition is not satisfied. Perform the statements. Okay, perform the statements below statements until the condition is true. Here condition is false. Here the condition is false. Okay, like that you will write it. That's not a problem. You can apply. No problem. Suppose if the printf statement is in the block, don't terminate with semicolon. Don't terminate with semicolon. Now my question is, how many number of times statements 1 are executed? How many number of times statements 3 are executed? How many number of times statements 2 are executed here? If n is equal to 10.
Statement 1 is executed only once,
Hmm.
and statement 2 and 3 will executed up to 11 times.
Statements 3 also executed 11 times.
Only 10 times statement 3.
How many number of times statements 2 are executed?
11 times.
11 times. Very good. That means the middle statements are mapped with only once with the first statements. The middle statements are mapped with last statements. That is a number of times. Finally, how many number of times the middle statements are executed is equal to how many number of times statements 1 are executed plus how many number of times statements 2 are executed. That's the formula. Okay, that is the formula. Okay, fine. That is about syntax and how do you write in. Okay, this is the flowchart. Next one. Okay, look here for I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 10, I plus the system dot out dot println I. Initially I is equal to 1 is less than or equal to 10. Okay, system dot out dot println I. What is the I value? 1. Next, incrementing the I value 2 is less than or equal to 10. System dot, that is true, system dot out dot println I is equal to 2. Like this up to 10. Okay, next coming to nested loops. Okay, next coming to nested loops. Nesting means nested for loop. Nesting always said that nested switch, nested if. If having the if is called as nesting, nested if. Switch having the switch is called as nested switch. Okay, nested for means for having the for is called as nested for. Okay, is called as nested for. Here, this is the outer for, this is the inner for. Suppose if you have only two, suppose you have the two for loops, that is one is outer, another one is the inner. The outer for loop is called as a row loop, row. Inner for loop is called as column. Okay, inner for loop is called as column. Okay, how do you fill the matrix? From childhood onwards, from ninth class, I think matrices are introduced in ninth class. How do you write the matrix?
First we will fill rows, sir, and then columns.
Very good. Once you have to write it always from childhood onwards, you will write the matrix row by row, not column by column. The same logic is applied here. Same intelligence. Row major order. Why do you feel like this means row is keeping as major, column is keeping as minor. Suppose you can write the matrix vertically, that is column major order. Okay, in what way you have to fill the elements in the matrix? Always you can fill. The human beings are always thinking horizontally. No one can think vertically. Our brain can think only the horizontal. By default, horizontal. If our brain can think vertically, means it will give some effort. Okay, it will give some effort. Suppose once you can move on the road, you have to watch each and everything horizontally, but not vertically. If you can watch vertically on the road, definitely will fall down. తలకాయ దించుకొని ఇలా ముందు చూసుకుంటా పోతారా, ముందుకు అలా చూస్తూ వెళ్తారా? ఎలా వెళ్తారు?
అలా చూసుకుంటూ పోతాం.
ముందుకు అలా చూస్తూ వెళ్తున్నారంటే ఏంటది? హారిజాంటల్. వర్టికల్ కంటే రోడ్డు చూస్తున్నాడు వాడు. Our brain is thinking like horizontally, not vertically. Okay, the matrix is we are writing the matrices horizontally. That is row by row. We cannot fill the matrix column by column. You cannot write it. Okay, that is here the outer for loop is called as, this is the outer for loop is called as row. This is called as column. Okay, this is called as column. Means first row, first column. What's the next position? First row, second column. Next first row, in the first row we will go to the third column. Okay, we will go to the third column. Which is the constant here? 1 1 1 2 1 3. The first is called as row, the second one is column. Which is the constant in the row?
1.
1 is the constant, that is the row number. Row number is the constant. That means here if I is equality 1 here, I is equality 1, that is the first row. I am filling the first row means, which is the column? The inner for loop is called as column. Inner for loop is called as column. Okay, now coming to here, I will explain with the help of diagrammatic representation. Okay, for int I is equal to 1, 1 is less than or equal to how many rows here? 3 rows. Okay, I is, this is the domain. This is the range. 1 to many mapping. Okay, 1 to many mapping. 1 is the row mapping with all the columns. Okay, first I is equal to 1. How many number of rows here? 3 rows. 1 is less than or equal to 3. Condition is to come inside. Okay, for j is equal to 1, j is less than or equal to 3, j plus plus. J is less than, 1 is less than or equal to 3, condition is 2. Now here, first, inside of this system.out.println, what is the I value, what is the j? What is the
Initially,
value? I is equal to 1, I is
j
equal
equal
to
to
1, j is equal to 1 is mapped with 1. Next, the 1 is mapped with 2, column 2. Row is constant. Row is constant means outer for loop will not be executed. Should not be executed. Then whenever the inner for loop, the first iteration has completed, it will goes to execute the j plus plus. Inner for loop itself. Because of we are moving in the row means column has to be changed. Okay, now incrementing the j value. What's the j value? 2. 2 is less than or equal to 3. Okay, then come, that is also true. System.out.println. What's the I value? What's the I value? Mapped with I is 1, mapped with 2, second column. First row, first column already finished. First row, second column. Next one, j plus plus, j is equal to 3, 3 is less than or equal to 3. First row, third column. Is there any one more column? No. J is equal to 4, 4 is less than or equal to 3 is false. Okay, 4 is less than or equal to 3 is false. Okay, columns are finished means what's the meaning? Row has completed. Columns are finished means what's the meaning? Row has finished. Row has completed. Then you will go to next row. Then you will go to next row means incrementing the I value. Outer for loop has incremented. Which is the row loop? Outer loop is the row loop. I plus plus I is equal to 2. Now we'll come to second row. 2 is less than or equal to 3. Second row, where the second row has started? First row is started with 1, first column. Second row, where the second row has started?
second column.
Huh? Second row has started at second column. Huh?
First row, second column.
That's finished. First row has started with first column. Now I am in the second row. Where I have started? Eక్కడ start
In
అవుతుంది? ఏ కాలంతో స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది?
first column, sir.
First column. Now what is the initial value of j? J is equal to 1. J is equal to 1. That is second column, second row, first column. Second row, second column. Second row, third column. There is no fourth column. Okay, then once columns has finished means row has completed. Row has completed means then you will go to increment the next row. What is the I value? 3. 3 is less than or equal to 3. Condition is 2. Okay, now we'll come to third row. Okay, where the third row has started? From column 1. from column 1. Okay, now coming to third row, first column, third row, second column, third row, third column. No fourth row, sorry, no fourth column. Then you will go to increment the next row. Go to next row. Do you have any one more fourth row? No fourth row. That means that is a mapping. That is 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, this diagram is very helpful to how the inner for loops are evaluated. How the inner for loops are, outer inner and outer for loops are evaluated. Okay, then coming to, suppose I want to print like this. Suppose first here, how it is evaluated. Look here. First row, first column. First row, second column. First row, third column. That means the row 1 has finished. Next goes to second row. Second row, first column. Second row, second column. Second row, third column. Columns has finished, row is finished. Then you will go to third row. Third row, first column. Third row, second column. Third row, third column. That's all. Okay, now this is the output. I want to display this output. Okay, I want to display this output. Okay, look here. From this, how do you get the knowledge? Okay, here, this is the row. Don't see it as a diagram. Okay, apply the logic here. Here, this is how many number of rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows. How many number of columns in the first row? 1 column. How many number of columns in the second row? 2 columns. How many number of columns in the third row? 3 columns. How many number of columns in the fourth row? 4 columns. How many number of columns in the fifth row? 5 columns. Okay, rows and columns means you need the nesting of for loops. Nesting of loops is required. Rows and columns concept means you require nesting of loops. Okay, nesting of loops. First of all, you can understand what is the logic here. First row, what is the row number? In that row, that much number of columns are there. First row, first row, one column. Second row, 2 columns. Third row, 3 columns. Fourth row, 4 columns. Fifth row, 5 columns. Depends upon the row number, the number of columns are decided in a row. Okay, number of columns are decided. Okay, here, which is the outer for loop? I is the outer for loop. For I is equal to, we will start with 1. How many number of rows? I is less than or equal to 5. Okay, for I is equality 1. How many number of rows? 5 rows. Frequency is I plus plus. Okay, next. For I is equal to 1. Okay, now inner for loop is columns. How many number of columns in the if for I is equal to 1, how many number of columns there? If I is equal to 1, how many number of columns in that row?
1.
1. That means you will start with for j is equal to 1 up to ఎక్కడ దాకా వెళ్ళాలి?
5.
J is less than or equal to I. J plus plus. In this you will write whatever. ఇక్కడ ఎవరు రాసుకుంటారో మీ ఇష్టం ఏమైనా రాసుకోండి.
I is greater than or equal to j.
Wait. Here I will write it printf. Already have the statement here. Look here. For I is equal to 1, 1 is less than or equal to 1. For j is equal to 1, j is less than or equal to I. What is the I value? I is equal to 1. Okay, I is equal to 1. Okay, now come inside system.out.println star has printed. Next, incrementing the j value 2. 2 is less than or equal to 1. False. If I and j are both are ones means the loop has executed only once. If I is equal to 2, j is equal to 1 means how many times the loop has executed? J is equal to 1, I is equal to 2. 1 to 2. Okay, 1 to 2, how many possibilities? 2, 1, 2, 2. Okay, understand? 2, 1, 2, 2. Less than or equal to. Okay, 1 is less than or equal to 2. 2 is less than or equal to 2. In the previous case, 1 is less than or equal to 1. 2 is less than or equal to 1. False. That's the first iteration. Next iteration, what's the I value? I is equal to 2. What's the j value? 1. Okay, j is started with 1. Up to what's the I value in the second iteration? 2. 1 to 2 means 1 is less than or equal to 1 is true, 2 is less than or equal to 2 is also true. Here I has changed, but sorry, j has changed, but not I in the inner for loop. Okay, next one, I is equal to 2 times means 2 stars are printed. Next we'll go to next line. Once the row has completed, we'll go to next line. Okay, next I is equal to 3. 3 is less than or equal to 5. 1, 2, 3. 1 is less than or equal to 3 is true, 2 is less than or equal to 3 is true, 3 is less than or equal to 3 is also true. But 4 is less than or equal to 3 is false. How many times truths are here? 3 truths. 3 truths means 3 stars are executed. 3 times the system.out.println star has executed. Okay, next, incrementing the I value. Next, we will go to next row. 4 is less than or equal to 5. What's the j value? 1. 1 is less than or equal to 4, 2 is less than or equal to 4, 3 is less than or equal to 4, 4 is less than or equal to 4, 5 is less than or equal to 4 is false. How many number of true conditions? 4 conditions. That means 4 columns are evaluated. 4 stars are executed. Okay, 4 stars are executed. Next, incrementing the I value. Go to next row, 5th row. Okay, I j is equal to 1, 1 to 5. That means 1 is less than or equal to 5, 2 is less than or equal to 5, 3 is less than or equal to 5, 4 is less than or equal to 5, 5 is less than or equal to 5. These 5 are true conditions. That means 5 times star has printed. This is the logic. This is the logic, that's it. Okay, in the another way also we have to start. Here we'll start with j is equal to 1, j is less than or equal to I. The same I will write it for j is equal to I. Okay, j is greater than or equal to 1. Okay, j is equal to I, j is greater than or equal to 1, j minus minus. This is also same. Both are same. Okay, here j is equal to 1 means, sorry, I is equal to 1 means, what's the j value? J is equal to 1. 1 is greater than or equal to 1. 1 is greater than or equal to 1. Next time, j has decremented by 1. 1 is greater than or equal to true. Next time, j has decrement. 0 is greater than or equal to 1. False. How many times the loop has executed? Only once. If j is equal to, sorry, I is equal to, j is equal to I. J is equal to 2. 2 is greater than or equal to 1. 2 is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, 2 is greater than or equal to 1. 2 is greater than or equal to 2. 2 is greater than or equal to 3. False. Okay, j minus minus. J is, sorry, not j less than, sorry, here this one. Okay, j is equal to 2. 2 is greater than or equal to 1. Next, 1 is greater than or equal to 1. J minus minus. Next, 0 is greater than or equal to 1. False. Next, I is equal to 3. J is equal to 3. 3 is greater than or equal to 1. True. J minus minus. 2 is greater than or equal to 1. True. J minus minus. 1 is greater than or equal to 1. True. Next, j minus minus. Now what's the j value? 0. 0 is greater than or equal to 1. False. 0 is greater than or equal to 1. That is false. Like this also we'll write it. No problem. Start with j is equal to 1 up to I. Start with I. The j is equal to I up to 1. ఎలా అయితే 5 to 1 is equal 5 to 1, you will move from 5 to 1 or 1 to 5. Well, both are same. 5 to 1 if you can move means that is decremented. 1 to 5 if you can move means that is incremented. This is the descending loop. In such a way we will write it, that is called as descending loop. Top value to maximum value to minimum value. Maximum value to minimum value means definitely you have to decrement the value. You have to decrement the value. Otherwise, suppose I want to start from I want to reach for 1. How can I reach? I want to start from 5, reach the 1. How can I? If I can increment the next step in forward direction, if I can move, shall I get the 1?
No, sir.
No. Which direction you can move? Reverse direction. Reverse direction means that is the negative value. That is decrementing the value. Forward direction means that is the incrementing the value. These all are logics. Okay? You will write it as whatever. The next one, this one. Here the first row having the how many, that is if first row. Okay, no need to write it here. This is the complicated code they written. Okay, here j is equal to this, also simple. That's not a problem. I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to term. Term is equal to 6. Okay, into j is equal to term. J is equal to term. What's the j value? 6. Up to j is greater than or equal to I. What's the I value? 1. Okay, 6 is greater than or equal to 1, 5 is greater than or equal to 1, 4 is greater than. How many times the loop has evaluated? 6 times. 6 stars are evaluated. Okay, then go to next line. This is I plus plus. I is equal to 2. 2 is less than or equal to 6. And this is 2. Then j is equal to 6. J is greater than or equal to 2. In the previous case, 6 is greater than or equal to 1. Now 6 is greater than or equal to 2. Starting from 6 is greater than or equal to 2. 1 is already over. Because of I has incremented. 6